Welcome back to HAC Games, you rowdy Ravnikins! Yep, I know you all were wondering, now that Hayden can't use Pokemon, you can't use things like Dragon Ball Super races or characters like Vicious Vegetas, how are we going to keep this alliteration joke going? And the answer is we're going to use the names of our planes, which can mean one thing and one thing only. We're finally going to Kaldheim, folks. Yep, Kaldheim Collector Booster Box here. We probably should have opened this about a week ago, you know, when the weekend hit to hit the rush, but we were blazing in the dark. We were looking for Chonkazards. We had our hands tied, and we weren't ready for heavy metal. We are now, though, folks. We are now. Single collector booster box opening for today, and we will do some talking on Kaldheim. We're going to go a little slower. Like I said, this is our first opening, so we're going to want to check out some of the cards here. Pack collation should be the same as Commander Legends, though. Revitalize, Carfel Kennelmaster, Struggle for Skimfar, Hagi Mob, Stalwart Valkyrie. That's a cloudy foiling. Were those all commons? That's all your commons. Bredegard Stronghold, Port of Carfel, your snow-covered mountain, and then we enter the fun stuff. Battle for Bredegard. So, Resplendent Marshal. This should actually be good. This is like probably a $10 card or something would be my guess. King Narfi's Betrayal. Not expecting much from that. Agar the Frozen Flame. Expecting absolutely nothing from that. Into our big boy Blight Step Pathway. Let me figure out a system here, folks. We'll put our full arts there, and then we close with 2 foils. I'm kind of confused. Okay, Reckless Crew. Okay, we still close with the extended art foil at the end, but it looks like we also get a foil showcase before that. Okay, cool. So that's the general relation. So, how is Kaldheim doing? We haven't popped in yet, so how are things going? And it looks like they're actually going pretty good. We're still in that... Oh, man, that looks really good. I love the foiling on that Foretell marker. We're still kind of in that honeymoon phase where we have multiple rares that are actually worth, like, more than $1. I believe that... Oh, okay, so this is a commander deck card, Ruthless Winnower. Many of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-elf creature. Calamity Brewer. Double damage. The World Tree. This is another good example. I think foil World Tree should be worth about $7 or $8. We still actually have rares and foil rares that are worth more than $5 as well. I guess I'm putting foils there. Vega the Watcher. Don't expect anything from this. This is crazy. Orvar the All-Form. I actually don't know what this card does. 3 blue legendary creature, shapeshifter, 3/3 changeling. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, targets one or more other permanents you control, create a token of them. When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, create a token that's a copy of target permanent. Very cool. Very cool. This is probably worth a few bucks as well. And Moriette of the Forest. This is like crazy. This is there's so many options going on here. I don't know what to do with everything. Okay, so we're going to put you over here. And it also seems that at the end, you can just get a foil showcase instead of a foil extended art. It's going to be the slowest video by far, folks, as I figure out my stacks and my packs and all of that. So, yeah, so far we have, like I said, we're still in that honeymoon phase where mythics, just about all the mythics are still worth $5, $10, $15. We've got plenty of big mythics hanging around, snow-covered plains. I didn't check on the lands. I'm not sure what those are actually worth. I also didn't check on the Planeswalker cards. We also have some pretty good mythics as well, or not mythics, some pretty good rares up there too. I believe these pathways, these are still doing pretty good. There's a double tap for you all. The double Narfi. Those are still doing pretty good. Draugr Necromancer, and that's the last one. Those are still doing pretty good as well, and then you still have like your chase cards. And these are the cards we expected to be chase cards, which means the Vorin Collects in, Phyrexian text is worth $60, which is exactly, what you expected. And if you didn't expect that, welcome to Magic the Gathering. It is a fun and strange hobby. You have a lot to learn, and you'll probably have a good time. You'll probably spend a lot of money, though. I don't know if it's 1 per or whatever. Emerstrom Predator. Nice. So this, Coma, is, I think, the 3rd most expensive mythic in the set, and I think this should fetch probably about $15, and this is just a regular foil mythic, which is really, really good for a set. By the end of it, you could not find one of those in Zendikar Rising. Like, the highest mythic was about, I don't know, it was like $12 or $15, but it was just one, and we've got like 3 or 4 like that right now. Magda, Brazen Outlaw, and to Svela, Ice Shaper. My god, that art is intense. This showcase art is so cool. Tyrite Sanctum. Okay. And in terms of what Kaldheim has done to the meta, because these prices are going to change. These prices, they're going to be like this for another week or so, and then they're just going to start slowly but surely going down. And that's just because more folks will get access to the cards. We won't just have Bears of Lit Jara. We won't just have the game stores selling cards anymore. We'll have Toralf, God of Fury. Not bad. We're doing pretty good here, folks. Getting some good mythics. Flip that over for you all. Toralf's Hammer. And, when the more casual people start coming in, just regular collectors looking to diversify their collections, another Coma? All right, let's actually read this card. Why is this so good? Coma, Cosmos, Serpent, 3 green, green, blue, blue, 6/6, can't be countered. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3 blue serpent creature, token named Coma's Coil, sack another serpent, choose one, tap target permanent, can't activate its activated abilities, or Coma gains indestructible. So this is just like a beater. This is just an almost unkillable threat in Commander that will also create value so you can go wide and can even lock down your opponent. That's very strong. Finn, the Fangbearer. There's just so many options here, folks. And a foil Magda, Brazen Outlaw. I don't know. She's not doing, I think, as well as we all... I don't know why I thought she was a double-faced card. She's not doing as well as I think we all thought she would do. When she was announced, there was a huge amount of hype and rush. But I didn't really see her in that $5 range, so I'm not expecting a lot from her. In terms of the actual meta, the biggest shift that's sort of happened, funnily enough, has been Tybalt's Trickery. Oh, so this is what you look like without your frame. Is that your showcase frame? And Tybalt's Trickery is a simple spell. I don't know why I said simple. Nothing about this is simple at all. It is a red counterspell. Really, the ranks, it might be actually worth a couple bucks. It's a red counterspell, which is already weird enough. But what it reads is once you counter target spell, or the owner... Nice. So I'm going to interrupt myself on Tybalt's. This is actually, let's finish Tybalt's Trickery, and we'll see why in a second. So what Tybalt's Trickery says is counter target spell, and once you counter that spell, its owner flips over and exiles cards from their library until they hit a non-land card with a different name that, I don't even think there's a CMC cost. It's a non-land card with a different name. So the way this works in all sorts of formats is you set up your deck to basically only be composed of like Ugin the Spirit God and Tybalt's Trickery. And then what you're going to do, in like one or two mana spell, like Stonecoil Serpent. You cast Stonecoil Serpent for 0 CMC. You counter that with Tybalt's Trickery. Tybalt's Trickery searches through your entire deck. It doesn't find the other Stonecoil Serpents because they have the same name. It doesn't find the other Tybalt's Trickeries because there's only one in there. And it finds the Ugin, and it plays the Ugin, and now it's turn 2, and you have a turn 2 Ugin. And the reason we took a break to talk about this right now is Valky, God of Lies, is actually Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter. I know I just blew your mind. I know you weren't ready for that, and I'm sorry if I spoiled some story stuff for you, but it was important for my story. This is the second most expensive card in the set, right behind Vorinclex, the Phyrexian God, and the extended art version. God, this is beautiful. I really, really love the borderless, because that's the thing is we don't get borderless on non-planeswalker cards very often. So seeing borderless on what is official, or what is essentially a creature, is very cool. As opposed to that. That's an awesome pull. That's a really, really cool pull. Carter Doom Scourge, followed by Egon, God of Death. Very cool concept. Love that art. That full art there. Like if you see that on a playmat, it's incredible. Oh, and here's the Coma's Coil token. Awesome. And so that's been the big meta shift, because there's like a Tybalt's Trickery deck everywhere. There's one in Modern that tries to get out Imracul Aeon's Turn as fast as possible, and it can get it out even faster than normal because you can run some Cascade card that I'm blanking on the name of. It's like Violent Outrage or something. That's a 3 CMC Cascade that basically does nothing. But what it will do is Reckless Crew. It will let you search through your deck and find Tybalt's Trickery and cast it and counter it. Sigrid, God Favored. And I think she is... No, she's not a flip. Frisia, Judge of Valor. And so, all of these are basically, they really, really, really piggyback off of the Garunai's, followed by Cyclone Summoner. This card's pretty cool. They really piggyback off the New London Mulligan, because these are cards, or these are decks that can mulligan down to 4 mulligan down to 3, and get their combo and still win with absolutely no problem. So the London Mulligan strikes again is basically the lesson there. Other things that are going on in Magic, more or less, is Secret Lairs. Secret Lairs have come back. They announced a new... You know, let's do a pack tidy well after this. They announced a new Secret Lair yesterday, Wednesday, I believe. Crown of Skimfar. The World Tree, another World Tree, very nice. We've gotten 2 of those. That's decent value right there. Asika's Chariot. This is a very strong card in Limited, an absolute beating. Harald, King of Skimfar. Look at that art. That art is so amazing. It really is. Hingegate Pathway. Check out the back of that. Look at those runes. Beautiful. Look at that. Aurora Borealis in runes. I love that. Frisia, Judge of Valor, and close out with Search for Glory. And so the other major thing going on, the Secret Lairs, right. So they announced their new Secret Lair Super February drop yesterday. And that is a collection of multiple Secret Lair drops, kind of like what they did in November when they had the Seb McKinnon and the Party Hard, Shred Harder drop, all of that good stuff. But this one is more Valentine's Day themed. There's a couple of fairy themed, like Fairy Cupid themed drops. There's a really, really, really cool land drop that is this like secret society cult style. That's absolutely amazing. Super love it. So go check those out. The most interesting thing that happened there is one of the layers, or one of the drops, was a drop for Showdown of the Skalds. Pyre of Heroes was a drop for the Titans, just various Titans. We'll put Showdown of the Skalds back to back. And God, look at that art. That is so awesome. That is the most... If you have seen a more badass squirrel than that, I feel for you, because you were probably missing an eye or an arm. There's a great battle story associated with that. Look at that. Maja, Britagard Protector, and Blood on the Snow, full art foil. And the most interesting thing, 3 packs left, folks, about that Secret Lair is there was a Titan sub-bundle or a sub-drop in the Secret Lair, and the cards are Frost Titan, Primeval Titan, and Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. And in the reveal for that sub-drop, they dropped the news that Uro is getting banned. So at the exact same time as they are trying to sell you this new ultra premium version of Uro that's like super, super sexy and like super amazing, Runeforge Champion, another Egon, God of Death, they're also going to tell you that one of those 3 cards, the card that is probably the most played, that is probably worth the most value, is right about to be banned. So just kind of a funny thing there. It is actually a really good thing, though, to be totally honest with you. Not trying to ding WotC for this. We've gotten like 8 of these Agar, the Freezing Flames. Like, come on, man. Because that is transparency. That is some really, really, really solid transparency on their site, on their half, which is not something they're great at, and something they've really needed to improve on a lot lately. So it's really good to see them actually working on this and doing something about it. But check those Secret Lair drops out. I'll probably be getting a bunch of the lands, just so I have some amazing lands to play with, you know, when I'm playing my Sunday Sealeds over Spell Table with my friends. Serpent Soul Jar, Blood on the Snow, Draugr Necromancer, another Inga Rune Eyes, Redain, God of the Worthy. Let's flip that over. Valkmira, Protector Shield. Wow, look at that. That is metal. Very, very cool. Really, really like that. And the last kind of bit of Magic news is they've actually announced the next Arena Open. Old Growth Troll. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And the next Arena Open will actually be sealed. All of the other Arena Opens have either been historic or standard. We haven't had a limited Arena Open in a while. And I haven't done a ton of sealed or even draft play on this set. I've just been obsessed with Pokemon. So I'll have to get back to you all on some tips and my thoughts on the limited environment here. We'll go slow through this one. But that is, I believe, next week. It's like the 19th through the 20th. So get ready for that. That's a good way to, you know, test your skills on Magic. Try and make a little money. Enter an official Wizards sanctioned open tournament. And, you know, test your skills. Really see how you compare against everyone else in the world of Magic. Snow-covered plains. Here's where all the fun starts. Renard, the ever watchful. This is the showcase commander from the blue-white commander deck. Old growth troll. He returns. She returns. They return. Not entirely sure. Comes back as an enchanted forest, as most trolls does. Waking the trolls. You never want to do that on Twitter. It's going to eat you alive. Finn the Fangbearer. This is cool. He actually returns poison counters to the game. You get 10 poison counters, you lose. Haunting Voyage. I haven't seen this. Huh. Beautiful art. Really love the full art on this. That's amazing. Another Vega the Watcher. And we close out with Kasima, God of the Voyage. Is that a manatee? Is that a dolphin? What is that? It's the most metal manatee dolphin thing I've ever seen. Grab it, Kasima. Grab it. Pull it in the boat. Pull it in the boat. And final token is a dragon. Wrong pile. And folks, that is going to wrap up our first Kaldheim Collector's Boosters. We'll be back. This will be the series. We'll be in for a while, so expect a new video of this coming pretty soon. As always, you can get these cards and so many more at hjc.cards. Buying cards from us is really useful. It helps us out a lot. Remember that the Arena Open is coming up about a week or so from now, so check that out if you're interested in sealed plate, if you're interested in seeing how good you are compared to the rest of the field. And I think that's about it, folks. So, as always, I want to wish you a good night. And, be good to one another.